Welcome to another episode of Saint Vincent Untold Stories. On this episode, we are going to try to sort out some things that have been going on in Saint Vincent and the Grenadines. And I will tell you for sure after this episode, the big man is going to think about resigning. Big ups to all of my subscribers. And if you are new to the channel, hit the like button, the subscribe button, and hit the bell icon. And you see like how today is Sunday, get your popcorn and get your Coca-Cola. Because this is going to be an episode of a lifetime. For my subscribers that have never been to St. Vincent and those who went away years ago, there is a job that the big man gives out with a company called Bragsa, and those jobs are given out twice per year. They are normally given out, say like June thereof and in the Christmas season. To get these jobs, you don't need no applications and you don't need any experience. These jobs are mainly for their supporters, but then you have to wonder which supporters. The one below the food chain, the one that would tell you how many things hold you up, while the other men who don't come to the rallies as much as them are sitting in their offices, laughing at them, collecting how many thousands of dollars, while they collect monies only twice per year. In St. Vincent, they have sides. So if someone from the other side go to look for one of those jobs, the ones with the jobs would tell them, no, no work not there for you. On these jobs, you don't have to have any skills, any qualification, or you don't have to send in any application, which I mentioned before. So I don't see the fuss why persons are trying to block others from getting those jobs. I am not the smartest, neither am I the dumbest. But I am from a very skilled family and a very educated family. I might not have a university degree like some of my family and some of my peers. To be honest, not because a man might be a janitor means someone is smarter than that man. Not because someone has a university degree, they might be the smartest person in the world. It all boils down to common sense. The big man has been in a leadership position for over 20 years now. Tell me something. You people arguing with your fellow villagers for those road jobs, are you getting any severance pay? Sometimes some of you get the work and you spend off all that money within the same day you get pay. The big man is giving an impression that he loves the youths. Tell me something, if somebody loves the youths, why are their parents being blocked from getting these road jobs? Why was Big's company shut down? You could have dealt with the situation different because you knew the parents had their kids to send to school. Remember, when you do the parents bad, you are doing the youths as well because they have to provide tea, lunch and dinner for these youths. We at Untold Stories, we are asking you to step down, pass on the baton. You did your time. Imagine that the previous administration was there for like 15 years and you came back and did some of the things that they were doing wrong. Some of the same books that we used in a primary school during our tenure, you are using it still in the schools. The only changes that I saw being made to some of those books was they went from soft cover to hard cover. The information technology book being used in the secondary schools is needed to be up to date. Right now we are in an era of Android. We are using apps, different things. We need to be up to date with the other countries. We are last in the class. You see, when you came into office, that was a time for you. and the other 5 years. But you see now, you have gone past that time. You need to move on and let the country move forward. Remember that I told you that untold stories is evacuees. You see, and we are remaining anonymous for a reason. Because we want to call your offices and see how they deal with people. And up to now, Nemo never called untold stories as a person's thing by us. Some families I know, their income was under $1,000, and you have not called them as yet. But we know that God is love, because some people donated a lot of stuff for we to help out our fellow brethren, our Christians, and those who you are partial with, who you did not provide anything for. You ever heard an old saying said that a moon runs until they catch it? You wild up yourself, man. You diss the people. Untold stories wouldn't be the one judging you. So you can always say that we are creating mischief. But in the last days, you'd have your judgment. Let me repeat this again. Untold stories is not on any side. We don't believe in that. Dr. Friday, you are a good man, but as a leader, you are too laid back. It have another saying said that the humblest calf drink the most milk, but sometimes if you not lash out at all, you get this no milk. Ivan O'Neill, my brother, you have connections. All the wrongs that the big man are doing with the relief funds, you should have been reaching out to the United Nations. Everything should be placed on 60 Minutes. CNN, let the world know what the big man is doing. He is not providing any jobs. Right now there is extreme poverty. We live in a country in which officers don't know how to talk to civilians. And they use force and put hands on people. And please don't take my word out of context once again. Not all officers I am speaking about, because they are good ones. Let me show you how we know that some officers don't abide by their training. One of our team members was traveling in an omnibus heading into Kingston. So they said that the van arrived in the car park and decided to stop to let out some people, because the conductor was saying that the police was wrong by the road, so they did not want to stop there. So they decided to let out the people. So while the people were coming out of the van, two black squad men jumped off from out of a jeep that was behind the van. They said, boy, don't stop there. You know what you are doing, boy. Come out the van. In all honesty, the officers that are listening to this program was that the way that you guys were trained to deal with civilians, talking to people like pigs and expect that people should answer to you. You guys need to watch things like CSI Miami and Force 48 and those things. Then you would know how to deal with people. So because you came from the gutter, you have to always be in the gutter. All officers should have their badge number. And when approaching someone, they should identify themselves and tell them what the offense is. He should have told the van man what the offense was that he did. One time we did one shop and we see a youth coming with a puff. So the officer jump up and say, you not see me here, you not have no respect for me. And all the time, the officer in a home clothes. And guess what he did on there do? Zana sing with women and drinking beers. So you know that he isn't going to think right. So the officer pull back him hand and do so black tie and hit the youth when I'm temple. Knock out the youth. So the youth say, officer, you hit me. And the man say, you want to one more. And as the youth talk again, I want more. You see them bandy, them have for me to them days, It's just a matter of time. All the men them who going around playing hitter man and like to put hands on people. Just remember, it have some people don't forget about things. No matter how long it takes, they'll just give you a long line and let you display your colors. As an officer of the law, you have to be like a Solomon. You don't just make decisions immediately. You take your time and you observe. You could have called the youth aside and spoke to the youth. But you preferred to show your authority because people was there. Officers, take your time. That's all we are saying. Do your job to the best of your ability. You don't have to rest hands on anybody. Sometimes you see them going after certain men. It is because some of those men names are calling up with their women. So they take it out on the men. You see, instead of you had been putting your hands on people, you should have been taking that time to stay home with your family. With that being said, I just want to big up the entire population in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the regional islands and the international countries who are supporting and praying for us during these difficult times. We thank you.